we met for days and week after week after week, try to resolve the issue of controller pay, try to resolve a number of other issues that were in the bill. And as we quaintly say in this body, we came to no resolution thereon. Now we're close. We're so very close. But there are just a couple of items that have nothing to do with the air traffic control system, nothing to do with the air traffic control workforce. This administration came in January of last year, and the first thing the President, the White House did was, with the support, the vigorous support, Mr. Costello and me, I think even encouragement from Mr. Micah, Mr. Petri, settle the air traffic controller pay issue. And they did. That was the first thing they did. They tackled it head on. And they had a 95% support vote from the members of NATCA, and things are moving ahead. But now a dispute over whether one airline who has the dominant position at National Airport should have further dominance in long-haul service out of National Airport. That's got the other body all in a tangle. We have not had a formal conference. We have not sat opposite face-to-face to discuss options. There is a flat-out resistance to increasing, in the other body, to increasing the passenger facility charge so that airports, at their discretion, may choose to raise that fee and generate the roughly $2 billion that the passenger facility charge generates to invest in modernization of the airport facilities, improve the terminals and the parking areas and the hard side of the airport, runways and taxiways and parking aprons. All that money goes directly into those investments and creates jobs, economic opportunity. But they're hung up over there. Just one person holding this and another person holding something else and the third one holding something else, and then you have the secret holds and the hot holds and the threats of filibuster, and the other bodies just all tangled up in themselves. That's just an exasperating condition. I've seen this over 25 years, going back time when I chaired the aviation subcommittee, but we're always able to work it out. I've never seen such a tangle like this. So I urge the other body to rise above themselves, get over these little petty differences, come to agreement in the greater good of this country. Aviation is 9% of the gross domestic product of the United States. Last year, 1 billion people traveled by air worldwide. 750 million moved in the U.S. airspace. We account for 3/4 of all air travel worldwide. Every other nation in the world wants to get into the U.S. airspace, wants to serve our constituents because it is such a lucrative market. But if we don't invest in the future in continuing the modernization of air traffic control, we're not going to be the leader in the world. And that is what this legislation does. It lays down charts the path forward for continued modernization of the air traffic control system of the United States, which is the most robust in the world. So we might ask, well, why are we doing just this short-term extension through the end of the year? Because I'm confident that sanity will prevail, that equity will abound in the other body. They will find themselves, and they will come to an agreement in the post-election session, maybe before then. And then we can do the full 4-year authorization bill. So we must proceed on the course we've laid before you today. I thank my colleagues on the committee, Mr. Micah, Mr. Petri, Mr. Bustani, thank you, from Ways and Means. A refugee from the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure has gone over, as is Mr. Lewis, also a graduate of the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure, has gone on to Ways and Means, where we still have the partnership, and we're glad we're all together, at least on this side, we're all together moving in the right direction. I thank the gentleman for yielding, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserves. Gentleman from Louisiana.
I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserves. Gentleman from Georgia.
Madam Speaker, I'd like to inquire whether Dr. Bustani have any more speakers.
Madam Speaker, I was waiting on the ranking Republican on the T&I committee, but he's not here, and I don't expect that he'll be here soon.